is one thing I'm going to say to you if I'm not scared of hurting your feelings. You're too old for a lot of behaviors you're currently exhibiting. No one will tell you this, but I'll tell you for free. A lot of these habits are things you should have outgrown since puberty. Let's just get right into it. Number one, you're too old to still be throwing tantrums. It's expected that as you grow and as you mature, you should be able to learn and be able to express your feelings without unnecessary drama. So except you have a mental illness, which you should seek help for, I don't expect that at this age, your normal response to when your needs are not being met is to be yelling, screaming, throwing things at people, hitting and destroying things. You're too old for that rubbish. Number two, you're too old to still be shy. Shyness is one of those things that are kind of considered normal when you're a child or when you were maybe back in secondary school. But if at this age you're still holding on to shyness like it's some sort of treasure, you definitely need to grow up. Because as someone who used to be shy, and I've said this over and over again on this channel, that shyness does not get you anywhere except the back seat. So I don't understand why you still think it's cute. You need to do something, or you need to walk up to someone to ask them to do something for you, and you're like, no, I'm shy. Like, oh yes, it's supposed to be cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. You need to stop crawling on that shy mat and get to work. And don't come to me with, oh, I'm an introvert, and no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Being an introvert and being shy are completely two different things. For sure, introverts can be shy just like every other person, but shy people are not always introverts. So shyness should not be the reason why you're not able to do something that should move your life forward. It should not be the reason why you shouldn't walk up to someone to express yourself or to ask for what you deserve. Number three, you're too old to still be a people pleaser. See, maturing is realizing you're not a nice person for doing everything and anything anybody asks you to do without boundaries. You are just a people pleaser, and that's what it is. And honestly, you're too old for that. By now, you should not be afraid that someone is going to beat you or flog you for saying no. You're too old to be doing things just to impress people. By now, you should have known that whether or not you do or not do, people who don't like you would not like you, and you cannot please them into liking you. If the reason you're not doing certain things is because of how you be perceived by other people, or if the reason you're doing certain things is to appeal to certain group of people, I bring it to you that this behavior is not compatible with your current age. Another behavior you're too old for is blaming your childhood for every bad behavior. You're old enough now to take responsibilities for your actions. Yes, your mom did not do. Yes, your dad did. Yes, you were brought up in a certain way. I genuinely empathize with you. But enough of all that blaming game. What is the healing plan? What's the plan? What are you trying to do differently? You've gotten so comfortable with saying, that's how I am, that's how I was raised. You should know that this is not getting you anywhere. If you have a bad behavior you need to change, start changing it. Your parents have done it, okay. Your parents did certain things. Earlier you realize that this is now your responsibility to change, the better for you. Another behavior you're definitely too old for is procrastinating. I'm not talking procrastinating like day to day. I'm talking about fully living your life and pursuing burning desires. By now you should have enough proof to know that life is so fickle and unpredictable. But it's rather unfortunate that even with how much proof you have, you're still comfortable in your comfort zone, pushing things for tomorrow when you're so sure you cannot even guarantee tomorrow. You're still waiting for a perfect time to start doing certain things when you know there is no perfect time for anything. You see that thing we used to do when we were kids, when our parents would ask us to do the dishes or do certain things before they come back, but we keep putting it off, like, oh, let me just watch this TV, let me just do this episode, let me just do this one, and then they eventually come back and realize you've not done it. That is still what some of us are still doing up to today, with important goals that God has given to us, with important passion and vision and tasks that God has given us to do. My dear, you're too old for that. Anything you can do today, start doing it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the clarity. You will gain clarity as you go along. Speaking of procrastination, I've been postponing starting my newsletter, but now you can sign up to my free newsletter where I'll be sharing a less filtered version of some of my thoughts and the things I'm learning on a day-to-day basis. So you can sign up for free in the link in the description box. You're too old to be taking your health for granted. I don't think I need to speak too much about this because I'm sure that by now your body body is already telling you that things are different now. And really, it might not even be in terms of your physique. It might now be changes in the way your body processes things. You cannot just dump any food item in your body and expect your body to be calm. It is going to revolt. If you need to be fit, start being fit. If you feel like you need to lose some weight, start taking steps towards it. If you've not had routine checks done, try to schedule one and get them done as soon as possible. Take care of yourself as much as your present life can accommodate. Linked very closely to this, you're too old to not be taking care of your spiritual health. I've said this time and time again on this channel. You're not too young to be serious with God, and I refuse to understand why every single year you celebrate your birthday, you grow older, but your spiritual life is still a toddler. And I'm not talking communal Christianity or belonging to a religious sect or joining a prayer group. I'm talking having that personal relationship with God where every single day you're growing and you're living your life in a way that is consistent with the way He wants you to. At your big age, you cannot be indecisive about how you want to live your life. And 1 minute you're in the world, another minute you're in the Christian. No. You need to decide which path you're going through, because as someone whose frontal lobe is developed, you have the ability to carry out executive functions, which include making an important decision about how you want to spend eternity. At your big age, you should not be comfortable practicing something you don't fully understand. You should actively commit to growing your faith. And if you ask me, I 1000% recommend you follow Jesus. I have a very long list of things you're too old for. Let me know if you want a part 2. And if you have other things you think people should be too old to be exhibiting, leave them in the comment section. But in the meantime, check out this video on some brutal truths you need to know if you're in your 20s. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.